Sure did. Sorry. Spring equinox. Air signs reading until summer equinox 2022. Spirit of spring. Air signs, spring equinox reading till summer equinox 2022. Spiral Dancer. Air signs, spring equinox reading till summer equinox 2022. Air signs, spring equinox to summer equinox 2022. Air signs, spring equinox to summer equinox 2022. Alright, air signs for the first month generally of spring equinox, so about 4 to 5 weeks, somewhere in between there. We have wisdom, spirit path of the east, universal law, learning, sharing. A teacher may be appearing on the scene, so give him her the honor and respect deserved. Wisdom is a gift that should never be taken lightly. Look for teachings everywhere around you, like the owl observing quietly from a distance. According to the universal law, you are in a position to receive something of value. Balance the scales of spiritual justice by sharing your gift of wisdom with others when the right moment arises. Open your heart to the elders in your community. Offer them your love and compassion and any assistance they may need. They may share some of their life with you in return. Remember, wisdom in all its power always leads us to further enlightenment. Alright, air signs for the first week. We have the Hierophant teacher assisting with understanding what the inquiries are about, but you're resisting. Ace of Water in reverse. Disregarding the knowledge or wisdom. Not wanting to see from a different angle or from a different perspective, or putting yourself in someone else's shoes, resisting that kind of knowledge and wisdom. Alright, week 2 air signs, you have King of Wands being the leader and supportive, assisting with wisdom, knowledge, information. Mother Water, same thing. Providing the nourishment that your environment needs, because this is a social, these are social cards. So, your social environment, providing that nourishment as needed in the social environments, but also doing your thorough diligence with them. You know, the proper ladder or progression charts, but don't be unjust or unfair and let some skip ahead and others get stuck behind, and just tell them, oh, we'll just keep at it when they've done their dues, and you don't want to move them ahead because you move somebody else ahead, and you let them cut in line because of favors or this person's child or this person's connections with those people. But don't do that crap. That shit's bullshit. Alright, week 3, air signs. We have the 4 chalices. Not satisfied with what you have or what is potentially being offered. Thinking of daydreaming about something else. Everybody knows about not everybody. Most people who know about tarot know about the 4 chalices or cups. The star here. This star card is pretty cool because this is from the As Above deck. But this is about understanding what it takes to make the manifestation happen with alchemical processes. The wisdom of the scrying or ancient knowledge or stuff, and the magic, the illumination. But this Page of Swords is not wanting to go through the trials and tribulations to achieve the goals that you truly desire. Because this is about doing the inner or the mastery, self-mastery to become the knight. But it's in reverse, so that it's like not wanting to do that, wanting to rather be like that. Alright, week 4 air signs, the spring equinox, we got 10 of Wands. Not doing your diligence, letting things slip through the cracks, not making sure you cross your T's and dotted your I's and turning it in, being like whatever, giving it all your full attention. 8 of Wands is in a retreat from, or actually this is more of not retreating when you should, or being stubborn. The world in reverse, things aren't working out as expected or as you were told or as it seems. The world's falling apart potentially, but that's just the energy of the week. It's not like, that your world really literally is falling apart, even although it might be. But Spirit of Spring, freedom, action, power. She comes to touch the world into awakening again. Each cycle follows its course, and at her point on the cycle, the spirits of spring emerge and do their work. Each has their part to play, from fairy to the goddess who breathes life back into the still world. When she comes to you, no matter what part of the external cycle you are at, inside it will be your spring. This is your renaissance. This is your time of jasmine and sweetness. This is the time to consider what is you will grow to. And you must hurry, dear one, to catch this energy, which is coming to you, bursting up through the blood, through the cells, and into the mind, where ideas will be born that will shape the world yet to come. You are a part of the next step on this planet, and you must make true and real within the world the ideas which now arise within you. For the Spirit of Spring is urging you to recreate the world anew, to initiate the ideas, and to fulfill the promise of conception. You have work to do, dear one, a vocation to fulfill, and it is beyond the numbing plod of the slave machine that can be our culture. You have more to give than that. It is pushing through the limitations that seem to be all about you. You are free to make your life your garden, free to become what your nature has destined you to be, free to make wild the life that forces within the paradigms would prefer to enslave for their purposes. The power of pure, fresh, sweet life is within you. Let it pour through you, arise up out of you. Take root in your soul and blossom through words and actions, choices and commitments. Do not hesitate. The time for action and growth is now. Touch her life as she does, for you are her and she is you, And once this is recognized, you can never be taken prisoner again. When I grow and I act, I free not only myself, but all around me, and freed in return. Alright, air signs, week 5 of the spring equinox. We have 10 of Pentacles in reverse, which is feeling trapped by your social burdens or responsibilities. 7 of fire. 7 of fire is being reckless. Not wanting to be responsible. Teen rebellious energy. 4 of swords is typically a hardship or being ambushed, but it's in reverse, so you're not seeing how you're being ambushed, or that you are ambushing yourself, or you're doing this to yourself. So this is going to lead potentially into a regret, possibly. Alright. Week 6, air signs of the spring equinox. Remember, each week is roughly 7 to 8 days. It's not exact because there's a variation of hours if you divided them up by 8 weeks for each equinox period. But Knight of Swords is, getting the astral or unseen realms support, and also knowing. So your higher self or guides, whatever, are assisting you. You're figuring things out. But this is not being aware that you're at a don't know if you should stay or go point, or you don't feel that necessarily. The 10 of Earth in reverse is saying this is not the time, so be patient and continue doing the enlightening, the illumination of yourself. Alright, so week 4, 5, 6, 7 of the spring equinox air signs, we have the 9 of chalices. Wish fulfillment. Happy birthday to you. Everybody celebrating good times. Mothers. Harvest. Reaping the benefits. But 7 of swords. You were at a wit's end, or there was a few last options left for you to figure it out. So it's not like you're really feeling the let's party, have a great time, harvest season stuff. It's more like, oh man, you don't know what I've been through, okay? But yes, I appreciate it, but you don't know what, that kind of stuff. So try to have a little more gratitude. It's going to be tough. Alright, air signs for the final month here. We have the Spiral Dancer, Circuitous Route, Perception. The Spiral Dancer moves with her own rhythm and steps to music only she can hear. She takes you on a path that is winding and circular. She assures you that what you're experiencing as a setback is really part of an upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracing your steps or going backward, but rather around and up. She says that you can be comforted knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experience. Follow her, for she dances along a magical way. If you're asking about a relationship, keep on dancing and magic will soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that relationships are mirrors and will show you the past, the present, and the potential future. All relationships have a destiny. Each is a sacred teacher with valuable lessons to share, even if it appears that the two of you are dancing in different directions. All the steps are perfect. Even when you may seem to be stumbling, the Spiral Dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. It seems as if you're getting caught out of breath, going in the wrong direction. Sometimes you're so busy dancing to your own tune that you find yourself out of step with everyone else. Perhaps now is the time to regroup, sit down, and rest for a while until the rhythm calls you to dance again. The Spiral Dancer is a gentle one, so be still and know that you're always loved. If your question is about a relationship, don't be too assertive now. There is the time to be receptive and allow someone else to take the lead and show his or her true nature to you. At the same time, be careful of being manipulated. You will know the truth about your situation clearly if you sit this stance out and observe. Alright, air signs, week 9. Cherishing the memories you have or you're making. And steady, continuing putting in the work. But 7 of water, you're not quite understanding who you really are or what's your purpose in life, kind of. Or where to go from here, kind of stuff. Air signs, week 10 of the spring equinox. 2 of chalices, enjoying potential relationship, or dating, or small talk, or the romanticizing of somebody, but there is something you're not paying attention to. Could be a potential pregnancy or a birth of an idea or a creation of something that's coming up. Plus not understanding how to stay focused because you're probably distracted with what's going on in a romantic life or your desires romantically. Alright, week 11, air signs of the spring equinox. We have the 3 of Swords in reverse, potentially emotional outbreaks out of nowhere, depression, sadness, maybe because it's like having the stress of working so much or putting in so much energy and time into something and defending what you're trying to establish or build on, or potentially the new birth of a child, like the first week ever after a new child comes home and not getting any sleep and having these emotional breakdowns. Alright, week 12, the final week of the spring equinox, air signs, Corona of air in reverse, not letting go of something, still wanting to dig deeper into it, not closing the book. Martyrdom, you might be doing some sacrifice of some kind when you don't need to. Harsh times are arising, but this isn't the end of those harsh times. It's about to get worse potentially, and it might have something to do with you not letting go and sacrificing something about yourself that you shouldn't or you don't have to. Alright, air signs, that was your spring equinox reading for 2022. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.